Oh my gosh. Deja vu all over again?
Oh man. I've been here before.
Well,
Just as if you were here last night.
That is part of it. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Presented by Bet365, Never Ordinary app. The very app we are going to use tonight to make copious amounts of money. We'll be swimming in cash. No doubt, thanks to Superstar Dev. He brought it tonight. He's not in his pajama. He got dressed today, so you know it's going to be a good show. Nothing? You don't want to go with that?
I just don't like being judged off of my attire.
I don't think Jeff appreciated the amount of time we spent on his pajamas
he
last
wore pajamas
night.
to school, to work. I'm just saying.
I know,
it's a very
it was just
unique, how can you not comment on it?
point of last night's
I
pre-
know, I
and
just didn't
post-game.
understand it.
What's to be understood?
It sounds like they didn't understand it.
Deja vu all over again, guys, because Jamal Murray's out. We're going to talk about that. Is he injury prone? Are we officially in that? We have to ask it, you guys. Brings me no joy. And then also Young Highs. I like that as a title. We're going to talk about Julian Strawther. Did he set his rookie season high already? Or is there more to come? And then Peyton Watson is his best statistical game ahead of himself. To help me break it all down, I brought Harrison Wind.
I will never wear pajamas on this show.
Man, what a professional.
You won't see that from me.
I'm just kidding. I don't care if you wear pajamas. I just commented that you were wearing pajamas. I didn't say it was good or bad. I just brought it up. It just was an observation. Wearing a flannel today, it's D-Line.
I'll sleep in this flannel tonight. This is a pajama top of sorts. And also, I wasn't here yesterday.
So it's not really deja vu.
Not deja vu.
Oh, well, that's totally different. Actually, nobody was here yesterday.
There's nothing the same between today and yesterday.
And dressed as well as he always dresses, regardless of what attire he shows up in. It's Superstar Dev.
Man, I'm so glad to be alongside D-Line and Kale. Welcome back, fellas. I'm glad that you guys are back.
We're here for you.
What a team. Man, that one hurt. I'm not going to lie. That one hurt a little bit. Nuggets are in Chicago. Second night of a back-to-back. They traveled up from Atlanta all the way up to snowy Chicago.
Yeah.
What do you have for us,
Is it
Win?
snowy?
Probably. I mean, at least cold.
It's probably cold. At
Windy.
least.
What's windy, Chicago?
Moving to a different climate up there. Injury news. The big one is Jamal Murray is out. They're calling it bilateral ankle sprains, which sounds like it sucks.
What?
Bilateral ankle sprains. I don't know what that means. I tried to look it up. Couldn't find it.
Really?
I don't know what it means.
You think they just made something up?
Well, I doubt that. I just couldn't find it.
Okay.
But yeah, he just got over one ankle sprain. He sprained the other ankle last night in Atlanta. Continued to play the game, but obviously, I don't think it's a big surprise he's out tonight on the second night of the back-to-back.
Do you think so? Lateral, that would be the side. Bilateral, both sides?
Yes.
He just fucked up his ankle.
Both sides of the ankle?
The whole thing,
The
dude.
whole thing? Is he out for
entire
forever?
ankle.
But it's
twist.
bilateral ankle sprains, plural.
He does say sprains?
Yeah, he twisted both.
Actually, you know what it is? Because he was coming in with the left lateral ankle sprain. And now he has a right one.
What's a lateral versus non-lateral ankle sprain?
Well, I'm just looking up. Lateral ankle sprain, there's an arrow that's pointing to the outside. So it's either like...
it probably is how you roll, what direction you roll your ankle. So he rolled them both the same way.
Man, that feels extra confusing.
That sucks.
Well, it does suck because, I mean, he had his best game of the year yesterday after rolling his ankle. So you were hopeful that maybe it was one of those, you roll your ankle sometimes and it feels real bad. And then you're like, oh, it wasn't so bad, just hurt for a second. You're hoping it was that. Turns out it wasn't.
Yeah. Aaron Gordon is playing, though. He came into this game as probable, as he's been these last couple of games, but he will be in the lineup and he is good to go. So regular starters outside of Jamal Murray tonight for Denver. The Bulls, they're 9-15 overall, but they won 4 in a row. Then they just lost last night in overtime to Milwaukee. So they've won 4 out of the last 5. They've been playing well recently. No Zach LaVine in the lineup. Little Ewing theory going on there. They've look a little re-energized. They look a little galvanized. DeMar DeRozan had 41 points last night. My other note is Kobe White is playing really well. Starting for Zach LaVine and had 33 last night, has had a couple 30-point games over the last week or so.
Are you Kobe White, guys?
I kind of am, just because of when he was drafted and then
the hair.
No, I do like his hair.
Okay.
No, when he was like so excited for his friend to get drafted, he's like, "Oh man, that's love."
Cam Johnson, yeah.
Wow.
It was Cam Johnson?
Wow.
I think so.
I was like, I like that guy. I don't know.
All right. Are you a Kobe White guy?
I don't know if I'm a Kobe White guy. I do like the way that he's playing right now. And he's like exciting. He wants to score, but he also is a defender at the same time. And I like just being able to attack, especially as a backup guard. You need good backup guards. He's a good backup guard.
He's intriguing because he's 6'5".
Yeah.
He's got size on him. And like that shows up on defense, and like he can be a difference maker, a big part because he's so big.
He's been in the league 5 years. Do you know how old he is? 23.
Jesus.
He's one of those guys where you're like, what's he, 25, 26? And he's so young because he just came in at such an early age. He's not my mold of player. I don't love him, but I will admit that you know who he reminds me of? He almost reminds me of a super version now of Will Barton when Will Barton arrived in Denver. Meaning, if you remember, Will Barton was on the shelf. People's champ. He was on the shelf, and then he gets an opportunity coming to Denver, and he's like, took advantage of it. This Kobe White, man, like Zach LaVine sits out. You know, he's a little injured, but maybe just also not going to push himself during the stretch. And Kobe White just steps into Zach LaVine's role, and now he's doing a really good job of it. He's tough. I give him that. Like the guy, you get the sense that it's a guy that really likes to hoop, and that slippery type of scoring guard has given Denver a hard time. So Christian Brown, KCP, maybe even Peyton Watson, those guys will have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the storylines also for the Nuggets coming into this game with Jamal Murray out is, do they play a backup point guard, a la Jalen Pickett, or do they do what they did most recently with Jamal Murray out of the lineup? Do they shuffle Christian Brown into the backup point guard spot?
Well, this is a really tough one because while Chicago is not great, even though they're on a heater, they have really good defensive backcourt players. Is Caruso out? Do we know? Is he still out? He was out last night, but I don't know if he was ruled out for tonight. I thought he was day-to-day.
He is out, yeah.
So he's out. Well, that's a huge relief. But they still have Javon Carter off the bench. They have Ayo Dosunmu. And last night, just to give you a sense, if you remember when they played earlier in the year, those guys were a really tough matchup. And Pickett, I believe, played in that game, and they really gave him problems. Last night, Damian Lillard, 3 of 17 from the field. His worst game of the year. Being hounded all night by Ayo Dosunmu. By the way, Ayo Dosunmu, 26 minutes.
I was just about to say, man, what a cardio, but he's a marathon boy.
Bro, he played defense, though. he played defense. He was like a +6 or something in the game. 26 minutes.
He was a +2.
Or +2? We'll read the stat line.
So he shot 0 of 6.
Okay.
0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 0 turnovers, 1 foul.
One foul. He got a
26
1.
minutes.
He got a 1.
+2. And I'm telling you, he played good. You don't play 26 minutes with no stats, except for he held Damian Lillard to his worst game of the year.
He deserves a medal of some sort.
What would you call
deserves one of those in-season tournament medals.
The bronze Najee or something like that? Like, what would you put that in?
He got a Najee.
So messed up, man.
Maybe the best Najee of the season.
Oh, that's so messed up. Man, these vibes are terrible.
My bad.
These are bad vibes.
That was even straight. He had no reason.
That wasn't even a stray. That was a direct shot.
I don't know.
Javon Carter, one of my favorites, though. That guy just plays so hard. If you go with Pickett, you know, you're talking about, all right, guys had some rattled confidence. Go out there against this great defensive group. If you don't play him, Christian Brown, now you got to bring the ball up the court against one of the hardest full court press guys in all of the NBA. I feel like it's a lose-lose. I think this game's going to be really tough, man. I really do.
Yeah, it should be tough. Absolutely.
They did play last night, so even though it's a back-to-back, at least there's a little bit of like, all right, both teams are a back-to-back. Both teams on a road back-to-back. It was in Milwaukee last
And
night.
they went to overtime.
And they went to overtime. Hell yeah. Is there any,
the Nuggets almost went to overtime.
But they didn't. They didn't go to overtime.
is there anybody else that you have your eye on tonight for this matchup, Dev?
For Denver side of things?
Well, matchup, so any.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
I want to see if he can take advantage of another guy that as big as him, but not as strong as him with Patrick Williams, who also is a guy that kind of plays both sides of the floor. Aaron Gordon does best when he has the size mismatch, and he's very aggressive. That's what we got to see in last night, and I want to see if he's able to put that together again. The difference in last game was like the effort. He wanted it more. He tried harder on both sides of the ball. Is this a matchup that he's going to do that again, or does he take off the night like it's the second night of a back-to-back?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see MPJ have a rebound, man. He did not turn in a great performance last night. He did some things good. I mean, he had some boards and he did some things, this or that. But, like, I want to see the every other MPJ game that we get. Like, last night was a certified MPJ offensive dud. So, like, let's get the threes going. Especially with Jamal Murray out. Like, obviously, all eyes are going to be on Jokic. It's Serbian night. It's Chicago. There's any number of reasons why he should be the focus. He will be the focus, and I expect him to have a huge game. But, like, it can't always just be Jokic. I mean, that's the lesson we learned at the beginning part of every single season.
Yeah.
Murray out again. All of the burden falls on Jokic. So I'm hoping we get some outside shooting from MPJ.
It does feel like they're going to need a good game from Michael Porter Jr. tonight to win. I can't see the Nuggets winning if Michael Porter has another 1 of 11 night, especially with Jamal Murray out. I mean, he had that last night. Jamal Murray had 29 points, and Denver barely won. They're going to need a good game from Porter.
It's either going to be Porter or KCP. KCP, another guy that did absolutely nothing last night.
Yep.
Like, one of those guys, if not both, need to step up.
Those are like the rooks on the chessboard.
They are the rooks,
spacers.
dude.
They're on the outside.
They're the vet rooks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks, bro.
Good job. The starting lineup, by the way, for Chicago, because they've been bouncing around a little bit trying to figure some things out. I thought maybe Torrey Craig would start tonight just to give them an extra length. They did not. They're going with Ayo Dosunmu again. He earned himself more minutes with that performance.
They love Ayo. Ayo, a CHGO official athlete, by the way.
Yeah.
From Chicago,
He's dope, man.
homegrown. I mean, he's a good defender, man. He's dope.
I like him. I think he's a fun player.
He didn't have any sauce to his game, though.
He also doesn't have.
I can appreciate players
He's a Christian
who just
Brown.
go out there
He
and
really
do
is
their
their-
job.
he's their Christian
I can
Brown.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
what's the
Apparently, some can.
Yeah,
but-
not everyone
He doesn't
can.
have sauce. He has like a pickle, some celery salt. Like,
By the way, MPJ, I'm curious to see what these matchups are, because are you guarding Dosunmu? Are you Kobe White's going to be tough, and then DeRozan's going to be tough. So there will be some interesting matchups. And then Patrick Williams at power forward. A rare example of a guy as big and as athletic as Aaron Gordon. Rare example.
Yeah. And I don't think Patrick Williams is very good, but
He's strong.
he's a big body. He's strong. Like, he can give them some girth inside.
Yeah.
And he matches up well with Gordon.
This brings us to our top story today, guys, and it brings me no joy for us to go here, but I have to ask it. How many games is Jamal Murray going to play this year? Because at the moment,
how many has he played?
well, at the moment, is it 11 games that he has played so far this year? It is 11. Yep, he's played 11, so it means he's missed 12. Is this a trend that we can kind of expect? I mean, here's the thing. Early season injuries, they don't just go away. They are like, all right, they're good enough to
compound,
play.
yep.
Left hamstring, left ankle, right ankle. Man, it's early to already have both legs hindered. I mean, what's a realistic number in your mind, D-Line, that we should start thinking, like, I hope he plays 40 games? 50?
I mean, if we're talking where we're trending sub 40 games right now. Like, it's not.
It is trending below 50% of games.
It is trending below 50% of games. I don't think that that's going to be the case. Like, listen, we all agreed like this was going to be the season of Jamal Murray, the year of Jamal Murray. I still
very well.
I still think that that's the case, but like this has been the trend
wrong
for Jamal
reasons.
Murray's entire career, and there are reasons that we can all point to. Like, a lot of it is conditioning, a lot of it is there are luck factors involved, but like for whatever reason, there's something you can point to at the beginning of every season. Like, why is he not getting off to a good start this year? Why is he being encumbered by injuries again this year? And it's super frustrating because you just want to see him on the court because he's so fucking dope. He's such a great player. He obviously was the catalyst to take the Nuggets over the top and win the championship. And so you feel comfortable he'll be there in the end. But man, like, this early part of the season, it's just like so rough to be a Jamal Murray fan. I would expect, I would guess he'll probably play 60 games, maybe. I hope, but that's optimistic at this point.
I think around 45-ish right now.
Damn, that's rough.
It's so realistic and so rough.
Well, if you just look at it right now, and also, so we expected them to do some type of like sitting him and making sure that he's rested, because the playoffs is when it really matters, when you go and make your run. And we expected that last year. He did not have to go through that last year. He was very healthy coming off of a season, ending injury. But now we're starting to see like those injuries. So I think they are going to be cautious with him. It's not just because he's going to be banged up the entire time, but you want to make sure that you're cautious. You want to make sure that you're taking the correct measures. So when it truly does matter, you're going to have your guy, because it doesn't matter how he plays throughout the season. We know who he is when the lights come on, when it truly matters in the playoffs, and that's what you need him for. So I do think that Denver is going to just take the wait-and-see approach, and they're not going to push him on second night of back-to-backs when he is a little bit banged up. Just like I feel like if this was a real game, he would be playing tonight.
Yeah. I mean, that part is probably true, but at the same time, like,
Yeah.
the regular season, you got to have just a lot of games where you're just healthy enough. Where are you at? 45? Feels so real. Feels so accurate.
He's got to play more
That's
than
so
45.
bro. If it's 45, that is a disaster.
Yeah. Well, coming into this season, he played 65 games last year, and I thought that would be like the minimum he would play this year. 65 games coming off an ACL, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought that would be, the minimum he would get to this year. He's probably not. Is it even possible for him to get to 65? I think he has to play in like every game remaining.
He can only
to
miss
get
like
there
8 or 9 more games. Right?
Yeah. So I doubt he's going to even get there this year. It's tough, man, because what you really feel for is the amount of pressure and responsibility that's on Nikola Jokic's shoulders every single night when Jamal Murray's out of the lineup. I mean, you saw last night the Nuggets could win a game and win a game not as close to the score indicated, with Nikola Jokic not really having to do too much. Jokic didn't have to go 100 miles per hour last night to get that win because Jamal was there. He had 29. So I kind of just feel for Nikola in this whole season and this whole story, because there's just a lot on his shoulders. And it just sucks.
That's the thing, that when you say we know he'll be there at the end, we know like he'll have time, part of me goes, yes, but what about everyone else? Because everyone else has to work a little bit harder in this or that. And look, it's early enough in the season that whatever. But it is a thing that I just concern myself with when I go like, man, Yoke's already up to 25 games. He's playing a ton of minutes, and they're hard minutes because so much is required of him. And it's not even Yokemas yet. So I'm a little concerned. I hope Murray is back. And here's one thing I'll say. Murray last game, that was an A++ game for Jamal Murray in a regular season. We know he has those in him in the playoffs like pretty consistently, but regular season, he's not always 12 of 15 from the field. He's shooting pull-up threes. I think this is the hard part. Murray is an unwrapped present under the Christmas tree, and it's the exact present you always wanted. But you're not allowed to, it's like, not yet. You just have to sit there and you're like, are you kidding me?
I know.
Because he looks so good, and we see how good the Nuggets are when he's fully healthy and everybody's playing.
Yeah.
But yet, we're kind of in this like quasi-purgatory.
Whatever, dude.
Oh God, no quasi-purgatory. That is.
No, we are. Who cares though? Listen, like the early season is for front runners. It's for the Lakers fans. It's for people who don't have the big vision of what we're actually involved in. We know what Jamal Murray is. Like, you're right. It sucks because, we're here every day. We talk about the team every day.
It's us who suffer.
It's us who suffer. That's really all it always comes down to. It's us and the team and and social media managers suffer the most. And nobody cares about any of those people.
Nobody ever really gives their condolences to the social media managers.
No one cares about those people at all.
Wow.
Me especially.
Coming in hot today. Guys, last game, Julian Strawther put up a nice little performance. And it made me think, Strawther, rookie, Peyton Watson, we're calling him a rookie, I don't care. Have we seen the best statistical performance already this season from both of those guys? Let's start with Strawther. 22 points. And I'm pulling up the exact numbers right here. 22 points and 8 of 16 shooting, 6 of 11 from 3. Previously, he had 21 points on 8 of 13 shooting. You could argue 5 of 9. That was actually a better game. 1 less point, but more efficient. Are we going to see a better statistical performance from Julian Strawther this year?
Yeah, I think so. I could see him
Wow.
getting a 30 spot for sure.
30?
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree
Yeah.
completely.
I mean, he might get to start a game. He could vault into like a 6-man role one of these nights. I mean, he kind of was the 6-man last night, to be totally honest.
Yeah, an injury or two, and all of a sudden it's like he's playing real minutes. Yeah.
But he can just get so hot, man. And I mean, it did feel like he did leave a bit on the table even last night too. Like he could have got a couple more threes to go. He can just heat up in a hurry. And he's also the type of guy that you can run plays for him, but you also don't necessarily need to run plays for him because he could just like spot up in transition from 3. You know, there's chaos going on. All of a sudden, the ball kicks out to him and he's wide open. He can just like come up with these threes from nowhere, I feel like. So I see him going over that.
Yeah, I think he also has another monster game just like that. Really, because like Harrison said, he left a lot on the table. There were some open shots that he, did not hit. But also when Malone elected to just run plays for him, all of them hit. Every single one. And there's going to be times that they're going to need just like hot shooting, or he's going to have one of those nights like he did last night where they're going to have to rely on him. They didn't have to rely on him. He just got hot and he played himself into extra minutes. But maybe they do put him in the rotation, or maybe those type of games gives him more minutes. So I think that he is going to have another game, and he continues to get better. You talked about the 21, and you probably thought that was going to be his high. Then he gets 22.
Yeah.
Who's to say he's not going to hit more? So I think he's just trending in the right direction of having another monster game.
Man, I hope we see, like, I want to change my answer. I want to see Julian Strawther. He's the guy I'm looking for tonight. Like, he was so dope last night.
Yeah. He's so fun when he's
Dude,
dope.
he's unbelievable. Like that, I mean, it wasn't since R.I.P. Bones, like we saw a rookie come in,
die.
heat it up. Yeah, he's dead to me, all right? He's dead to me. I love that. Like, it's so exciting, especially to get that kind of production, that kind of excitement when you don't expect it at all. It's like why early season, it's like why you watch games. Like, Jamal's out, but like, we have guys on this team that can do things that are unexpected, that can be exciting. Like, I totally expect Julian Strawther to drop a 30-piece. Like, he's just that guy's a scorer.
He is a scorer. What about Peyton Watson? Now, his best game statistically is probably 17 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. He's had a couple games where he's had 4 stocks, but they've all come in like 2-point games and stuff. Just tell me, what is his best stat line this year? If you were to say this is a conceivable best stat line, it would be for him this year.
It'll be 3 blocks and 5 steals.
Yeah, totally.
And then like
a point
4
and a half.
points. Or
I don't
half a
care what
point,
he
don't
does
care.
on offense. I truly don't. Like, I want him to make his stamp and impact on the defensive end. That's going to earn him more minutes. That's going to actually ignite him. Like, everyone gets excited when he's making those type of blocks, and he does it in every single way, like straight up defense, chase down blocks, like help side. He can do it in a lot of different ways, and then he's just so active on that side of the floor. So I think that would be, what you should look for with him. You don't care to see a 25-point game. If he had that,
3 blocks, 5 steals.
There's going to be some
nasty.
night though where he just like inexplicably fills it up.
He had 17 this year already.
Yeah, he's going to have
That's
like
a lot for a
he's
guy
going to
to
have like a
score.
25-point game. Where
Really?
like, I mean, just out of nowhere, and then we won't ever see it again, kind of thing. It'll just
So
be
what are
one
your
of those
picks? So what would you call your best statistical again? Not best game, statistical game.
I mean, for him, it is obviously all about the defense, but I feel like that's just kind of a constant. It's going to like ebb and flow. We'll get like
He doesn't quite have it though. Like his high end steals is 2, his high end blocks is 3. So he doesn't have quite a crazy.
I think that we'll
I
probably
want like a 6 block.
That's
game.
what I mean.
we will see that. We
7
definitely will
blocks
see
in a
that.
game.
We'll definitely see that. But
not
That's what I want.
I think so. I think
That's
it will.
crazy.
What do you think?
I could see like a 20-point, 4 steal, 5 block game.
Wow,
Something like
that's
that.
all of it. That's
I
all
can see it.
he
I can
gets.
see it.
that would be incredible.
Yeah, I'll go with like a 4x3. We'll call it. So I could see him having like 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals. To me, that would be like a solid one. I think he can score more than his offense is really robust, but to me, it's like there's a curve to it that I think can be quick. A lot of this is confidence. A lot of this is like get the defensive part down, and then the offense comes easier. But I could see him getting 3 fast break dunks, a corner 3, and then a couple
one
slashes.
game where he starts and plays 20 minutes next to Jokic.
Yeah, and then honestly, like these things go together. You're knocking down some shots. Next thing you know, there's 3-4 blocks. So
Yeah.
I would say like 15, 4, 3, and 3. I could see a game like that from him just because the steals and blocks seem to come so easily to him. All right, everybody's favorite part. We're 5-ish minutes away from the game, Dev. Get us on the Bet365 app.
Watch along.
Oh, yeah, we got to watch along today. Don't forget, we're watching along to this game.
Don't forget like Adam until just right now.
Just like me, don't forget. That way we can do a play along. A play along.
Play along, play along.
Let's go, baby.
Denver
official
comes
play along.
into this one as 6.5-point favorites on the second half of back for both teams. If they can't do it here, I don't know how many other times they can. Second half of back-to-back, they just played a tough game in overtime. I'm gonna take Denver on this one.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, man, it says start time is 6:10. You got plenty of time.
Take your time,
Let's take
dude.
our time.
Give 30, 40 bets. Mostly
So you
on
like
the Bulls.
6.5?
Yes. Yes.
No?
He's just taking the money line, right?
All right, just
I'm gonna take the money line.
Just like, yeah, we're not betting
Let's
the
do the
spread.
over-under of 218.5. I'm gonna go under on this one. I just don't think either team wants to get out and run. They both played, last night. Also, it's Reggie Jackson bringing the ball up the floor. I just think that it's in a different way. Like they make sure that they go through their progressions. They make sure they go through their pick and rolls and things like that. I just think this slows it down a little bit. 218.5. I'm going under. For the Bulls side of things, DeRozan went crazy last night. He shot the ball 30 times, which is just insane for a guy that really is not like a scorer only. He's showcasing he can score. Maybe he wants to be on another team. I would want to be out of Chicago. I'll tell you that right now. He's just aggressive right now, and they put the ball in his hands without Levine. It's just him and Kobe White taking all of the shots every time. So I'm going to take the over 24 points for DeRozan. I'm also taking the over 30 points, rebounds, and assists for Vooch. And a free square. This is like an easy bet that's just going to happen. Andre Drummond rebounds.
Dude, he had 11 offensive rebounds last
So
night.
this is a DeAndre Jordan night, right?
Oh, it's gotta be.
I'd be pretty
This-
stunned if he was not
this
playing.
is the prototype. This is where we saw in the preseason that
Yeah.
Zeke is not fit to play.
Guess
in
what's going to
certain matchups.
happen? They're going to throw Zeke
You
out there.
cannot
Bro,
throw Zeke
No, you
out
can't.
there
If-
against
This is
Andre
the
Drummond. You
this is the
cannot.
matchup that showed us that
Malone-
Zeke is not fit.
If
for this.
Malone rolls out Pickett and Zeke, the fix is in.
Watch.
The
Zeke's
fix
going to
is
be
in.
out there. He had
No way.
He has 16 rebounds
You're out of
last
your
night.
mind.
We're
So
going to go crazy on the watch along if Zeke's out there.
Watch, Zeke's going to go out there.
You're crazy
He has
right
16
now.
rebounds in only 14 minutes.
That's true. I have 11 offensive rebounds in 14
In
minutes.
14 minutes.
He
He
left
looked
every rebound.
He looked like a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Most of those were on his own misses.
His rebounds is only 6.5. So I'm going to take the over there. Now on to Denver.
I'm still scarred from that game.
The Denver side of things.
Michael Porter Jr. got good looks last time.
Yeah, he
they
did.
just didn't fall.
Nope.
Guess what? Today they fall.
Hell yeah.
Over 2.5 3-pointers.
My favorite.
This one
bet.
is a good one.
Are you marking all these down, Kale?
This
Can you
one
mark these down
This
for
one
us?
is close to a lock.
Michael Porter 2.5 because
This
I got to
is close
follow
to a
these on the
lock right
watch.
here. This is a
along.
good one. I think it's going to happen. Aaron Gordon had an excellent game, and the thing is, it was the effort. His effort on the glass is what got him going. It got him active, and he was rewarded with easy baskets on top of that. I'm going to go right back to the well. He had 12 rebounds last game. We're going to go over 6.5 rebounds.
Man, we're taking everybody's
call him
over
out.
rebounds.
Yeah, we're
a
taking
lot
that.
of missed shots.
6.5.
They're going to shoot. Yeah, 6.5 rebounds is going to happen. Let's also do Aaron Gordon over points, rebounds, and assists at 23.5.
Really?
He found his footing last game.
You saw
He's going to
it.
get the boards. He's going to finish them. Whenever he misses a layup now, he dunks it right back. So there goes the points on there.
God, I love that I do
Just
it.
trust me.
My thing about these is I
trust
just
me.
listen to Dev, even though I'm like, I don't know. I just do it.
Yeah, that's actually don't listen to your.
it actually feels-
Listen to Dev.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, man, I can't believe I'm wrong inside every time.
And then for the lock of the game.
Already at the
Is this
lock?
the play along? This is the
This is
official
the
play
play
along.
along.
Play along.
The official play
All
along.
right, we're 2 for 2 on official watch along play
the
along.
play
Yeah,
along.
we have.
The official DNVR Bet365 play along.
We haven't had a monster rebounding game from Yoke in a while. This is going to be the one for him. First off, they do single coverage with Vooch because he just feels he can guard him. They're not sending
He
that
does.
double. They don't send that double every single time. He gets to grab his boards. I feel like right now he's getting boxed out on every single one of them. Not this time. So I'm gonna take the rebounds over. Last time they played, he had 28 points, 16 rebounds.
We're counting rebounds, huh? We're counting rebounds.
So what is
Twelve
the
and a half.
over?
The over is 12 and a half
12 and a
rebounds.
half.
We're gonna be mad every time someone makes a basket. Like, God damn it!
Every
Miss
time.
Every
minimum-
time Chicago makes a
Make
basket.
miss minimum one shot every time down. We need a rebound every time down.
Yeah, he's gonna get the rebounds. 12 and a half rebounds. That is the lock.
All right.
You know what bet I like that you didn't throw out there?
What's that?
KCP 1.5 steals. This is a team that's still like they play a lot of spread. They just ISO a lot.
All right, I'll put that one down for
I
you.
mean, what do you guys don't like it?
I'll put it down.
You like? I kind of
Yeah,
like it.
let's
It's got
take
plus
it.
juice, plus 150, 2 steals.
Let's take it.
I just think it might be a little sloppier. You know, a little sloppier night. They're kind of free will. Like they've simplified basketball because it's new regime. You know, new players. So it's like, all right, we gotta. It's like a Zeke Naji and Jalen Pickett took over
Oh,
the
man.
Nuggets. You know, it's like all right, we can't run all the plays. We
There's
gotta,
been
DeRozan also
way
is the
too
guy
much
that has the
Zeke
ball in
Naji
his
talk on
hands.
this
He's gonna
pregame show.
force some stuff.
He'll force some
He's
stuff.
gonna. That's gonna be. A
give
good
us one, E.
Here's something to consider. Reggie Jackson over 14.5 points.
Man, he does
See,
go
I
off
didn't
when he
have that
plays.
one.
Well,
So
they
I
have
gotta
good
take
defensive backcourt. though.
But my man likes to shoot, and my man Jamal Murray not in front of him tonight.
No,
14.5 is usually what he scores off the bench. He's now the starter.
Here's my lock. Reggie Jackson over 4.5 assists.
That is a good one.
That's my lock.
That
I
is
think
a
he's
good.
passing that thing.
He's gonna
tonight,
pass
huh?
it to Yoke.
He gets like 6 assists a game off the bench.
It's minus 155. There's nothing to gain.
So take one more up.
Yeah, I have a same game parlay I put together, which is Nikola Jokic over 28.5 points. He's going to do the brunt of the scoring tonight. Along with Nikola Jokic, I took the play along because I'm a team player. Over 12.5 rebounds, and then the money line, Denver Nuggets. That parlay will net you plus 325.
Nice.
Okay.
Got a lot riding on tonight, boys.
Do
Got
we
a lot
have-
of bets
hold on.
cooking.
How about steals and blocks? Man, they have it at 2.5 for Jokic.
My true lock for tonight is for the Dallas Mavericks to beat the Lakers, which they've already started, and they're up by 8.
Okay.
You're really on the other side of things.
What do you think? 2.5 steals and blocks from Yoke. I just second out of a back-to-back.
That's too active.
That's
that is
too active? You know what? I'm taking a Cookie Monster bet. I can't help myself. I'm doing it. Cookie Monster's eating tonight. All right, guys. We are doing a watch along tonight. We hope you watch with us. We hope you bet with us just to have a little bit of fun. Just a little action on the game for us to cheer along all along.
Put like a unit,
Yeah.
a singular unit, half a unit.
Just a tiny little unit. Everybody, hit that like button for us on the way out. Head on over to the watch along.
Let's go. See you.
We all silly like the mayor.